are almost live. Where did my button go? There we go. GM fam. Why is Spotify up on the screen? How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another Metaverse Spotlight. Today, I'm joined by OUTR Studios, and we are going to be talking about their new experience coming to the sandbox called BLDR.
That's right. How's it going? I apologize for my potato quality video. I've been traveling. I totally left my nice webcam at my previous location.
Oh, dude, it's okay. No worries. I think you look good, but you're also kind of far away from me. So I don't know.
I'll watch it on YouTube later.
yeah, exactly. Then you can critique. But if you guys are tuning in, I see Lucas is in the Twitter chat or Twitter Spaces. If you're tuning in, just so you know, if you want to watch the actual video, it is live over on YouTube. And if you're catching the replay of this space, you can watch the actual footage of everything over on YouTube as well. But if you just want to listen to the audio, feel free. That's why it's here. So hopefully the sound is good and working. This is the first time I've done this. So if you are able to react with an emoji and it's good, thumbs up. If it's not good, thumbs down. But hopefully both of our audio is coming through for you good, and no worries. Okay, but anyways, let's get into what the heck we're about to talk about. I think let's start off with just giving people an overview of you guys real quick, just in case people are catching the replay or tuning in. They don't know what you guys are up to. Shout out Huddle, by the way, in the chat. Hi.
What's up, Huddle?
Thanks for hanging. And anyone else that's catching this, obviously, what's up? You can say hi in the chat. But yeah, let's get an overview of what OUTR is up to, and then like an intro into the BLDR experience, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know who OUTR is, essentially the core team is myself and Beasting, also known as Danny. I go by Gus, and so we started OUTR and working with the Sandbox team around 2 years ago. Before that, Danny and I were working together in Archiviz. So we both worked in architectural, backgrounds, both for creating new projects for buildings as well as, renovating existing structures. So we've been in Archiviz and architecture for a long time. And when we got together and heard about the Sandbox a couple of years ago, we really dived in and we formed a company together. And that's kind of history. After that, we decided we were going to create a lot of what inspired us about what we worked with in architecture, which was modular components. And you're seeing that more and more in the real world. I mean, now they're 3D printing homes. A Chinese firm actually just built I think it was like a 20-story structure in less than 10 hours, all with modular, and this is something eventually we're going to see more and more of. So we wanted to bring that same modular systems and complexity that makes everything easy in the real world into the metaverse. And that's when we started launching our collection. So that's the Underground Sci-Fi series. We have the Container series, which will be dropping in multiple colors. It's kits, or, it's like getting a Lego box. You can build what's on the box, or you can build whatever you can imagine.
Heck yeah. I love that. I love modular stuff. We don't have it anymore, but we had a modular couch, and like just being able to even though it fit this, like we made it so it fit the space that we wanted it to fit in, every once in a while we would like rearrange it and like turn it into like a big old, like almost like bed sometimes. And like, I don't know, I don't know, modular is cool. And right. It makes sense. What's up, Lucas? You found us over on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I feel like modular is like, it just makes sense for in the Sandbox specifically, because like everything already is kind of modular.
Exactly. The Sandbox in itself is modular.
Right.
So it is built on, as there's pretty much every component in Voxel in some way, shape, or form is a modular component. It just depends on how they're created. And one thing for us was just ease of use. We wanted to, our original tagline was, we build for builders. And that's shifted a little bit with Builder, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, we wanted to build so people had ease of use kits, things that look great and they can use, and they can quickly make something that works. It's functional and it's easy to swap out. So we kind of coined the term shift click assets. So you have point, shift click, and they snap right into place. So it's very user friendly.
Yeah, I love, and I can speak to that. Like I've built a lot of different fun little experiments in my day with your guys' assets, and I think it's definitely going to, like, that kind of like building for builders is definitely going to be handy whenever like more creators like myself find the sandbox and start wanting to do things inside of it. But then it's also cool that you guys are kind of transitioning also to building for everyday, like, I don't know, landowners.
Anyone really.
I guess anyone.
We don't want to close the door, because it's one of those things. Even if you don't own land right now, there's no reason you couldn't get something like this, the experience. As soon as you own land, you can publish it. So it gives you time to edit, work on it, and then you find the perfect parcel you want, and then go buy it, and then bam, you're ready to go. So it's kind of almost like a pre-prep work. So you can kind of figure out what you want and have it all ready, and then the last thing you have to do is go buy land and publish, and you're done.
100%. That's a good thing to point out, and something that I wasn't actually like thinking about is like, yeah, you can, like, the way that you're going to do this is in the game maker, so you can do that without land. And then once you have the perfect setup, then you can actually decide, okay, I want to put this out there and actually have it on a plot of metaverse land, and then you can hang out with your friends, or it could be a full, like, whole experience. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of limitless as to what you could do with everything.
Absolutely.
Which is the best part of it.
And it's never ending.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this space, and like the metaverse in general, especially like the UGC part of the metaverse, which I think is going to be a huge part of how the metaverse becomes a metaverse.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's
before we're fully in Ready Player One.
Yeah, exactly. It has to get built first, right?
Yes, exactly.
And
that's kind of one thing. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I was just going to say that's kind of one thing we always wanted to bring with these kind of modular kits is we want to be able to expand on them. Kind of like you're saying, there is no end, and realistically, we never want to really put a stop or a period on a kit that we're making. For instance, the Underground series, there's all sorts of buildings and NPCs and different items we could add, so that eventually a couple of years down the line, when you're buying a different Underground kit 1 series or the complete kit, now it might have 150 pieces and you're ready to go. So this is kind of something that it's not new to the game world. There's a lot of AAA, AA game studios that buy kits from, Unreal Engine's market. There's Blender files. There's so many 3D markets out there and kit companies, and not to devalue what we're doing, but we really want to be that kit company for the sandbox. And that's what we've wanted to do really from day one. And this is kind of what has grown from that idea is Builder.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I guess because I'm not in that world until now, I know I didn't really know about all the other, but it would make sense. Like I've even heard like people, whenever he does his what he does.
That's like 90% of that is bought assets.
Yeah.
So he's building and placing. Don't get me wrong, it's still very hard to do, and he knows programs, but totally. He's not designing all those assets from scratch to place in there. He has marketplace, and he's been a graphic artist for years and years. So his library, he could probably just go into his own hard drive, search anything he wants. He's got 10 different versions of it.
Right.
And that's just something people have built over the years. And it just like Danny and myself being an archivist, I have 3D models for homes, hotels, furniture outdoors that we use in Unreal Engine, Blender files, all sorts of things just that you collect over the years, and you forget, to look at the receipts for them.
Which, like,
what did I pay for that?
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, it's cool that, like, because that is totally like a use case for this NFT technology. Is like all of those can. I mean, obviously they work not being NFTs as well, but they definitely like could be. And I guess I don't know what's your thought on this is like getting into the weeds, but what is your thought? Like, would it even matter if they are an NFT? Is it better that it's an NFT?
I think so this is actually a really interesting question. So I think yes, there's definitely a market for what people are already buying in like Unreal Engine. I mean, they're purchasing and they own the files. There's
Right.
nothing to say you couldn't do that in an NFT style marketplace and landscape with it all on blockchain versus USD and credit cards and all that good stuff. So I think there will be a time and a place when that switches. I know there's companies already working on doing that for marketplaces for 3D object files and everything. I think more importantly that would need to happen is a company that I still work with, and where Danny and I both used to work together as a VR company. And so I think scanning real world data with LiDAR systems and capturing that point in history should be stored, as an NFT, and keeping those files and real, because imagine, this museum or this architecture, or this, this landmark gets torn down, 20 years from now, this real world file can be stored. Anyone can purchase it, use it inside a game, use it in their videos, whatever they want. And I think that's an important thing, because you're really capturing and storing history at that point. And so like Quixel is a huge company that Unreal Engine bought out. And when they started, they were doing Quixel mega scans, and they were going out to like, landscapes and capturing massive amounts of LiDAR data. And that's how Unreal Engine, when you're like walking through these landscapes, they look so real, because that is real LiDAR data of that being actually captured in real life.
Okay. That makes sense. That's
why games are just going to get more and more real. I mean, it's just that data is real world data, and they're just utilizing it within the game landscape.
Yeah, that's nuts. I didn't realize that, but I guess that really does make sense. Like how you can actually make it unreal, like is basing it off of the real world,
Right.
And I didn't even think that, but geez, you're always a wealth of knowledge. I love just like hearing about all the stuff that you know about, because it's something that like definitely is interesting to me, but nothing that I've ever really like took in the time to like research or anything. So it's fun. I love having you on these shows.
Appreciate it, brother. Likewise. We love being here.
And what you're saying about the history, like that makes sense. That does seem like it would be smart to have on the blockchain. And because I imagine a future, as long as we don't do anything crazy, a future way down like thousands of years from now, and they're still like being able to access the blockchain and like read, like look at like historical stuff that has happened, and like that'll be a way better way to preserve it than like hieroglyphics and stuff like
exactly
that.
I mean, that's it's an evolved form of our a communication that can be digitally stored, as you said, as long as we don't do anything rash. As long as our database's power and everything stays up, technically the ledger lives on. So it will continue to store as long as we keep the power on.
Exactly. What's up, Batman? Thanks for tuning in.
What's up, Batman?
We're just starting to talk about Builder. Well, not really. We're talking about a lot of other stuff, but we were segueing into what the heck Builder is, and I think we might as well talk about it right now. That's a good segue. Thanks for being here,
Perfect.
Batman. So I played it once, almost all the way through. I didn't get all the way. I still haven't got all the way to the end.
No worries.
But super fun, and I think we should. I'm definitely going to pull it up on screen and play through it. But do you want to like give an overview, or you start talking about it and I'll start pulling it up on the
Perfect
screen. How about that?
Yeah. So BLDR, I'm sure you've heard you've not heard me say it, I maybe once or twice, but I've definitely written it a lot of times on Twitter. So it's the first gamified build experience where you can mint the outcome. So it's not only in a form generative, but it's based off your picks. But there is one item you do not get to pick, which is at random, which does add to the randomness of no one's experience truly being the same, unless you're sharing your codes, which you can totally do. If you want, if you like your friend's build, ask for their code. But essentially, BLDR is a gamified build experience. So you're able to go through the game, pick your options, and you're able to mint the outcome of all those options as a 1-by-1 experience. So instead of just transferring you the entire house for you to just build on the land, we've actually laid out a 1-by-1 with all of the options you've chosen, which includes an outdoor area, which you will see, as well as a few different art structures and an NFT museum that is essentially a one-of-one of the NFT museum in the outer social hub, also known as the Meta Realtor Social Hub. So we'll show you a little bit of that. That's the picture you're seeing right there is actually the transferred 1-by-1 experience. So as you can see, that one had a tennis court. This is MB1. We're calling this. This is the first floor plan for Builder, and there's going to be a lot more. This is just the beginning. MB1. I will say though, MB1. If you are a holder of MB1, there will definitely be perks in the future for being one of the first to step into the world. But yeah, as you can kind of see, I'll just kind of narrate a little bit. Crafter's just coming into this closed space, so essentially, really, you just need to walk forward and pick the floor plan E, right? I mean, this is the only floor plan as of right now. There will be other floor plans later on coming soon. But yeah, this is where it goes. So there's a lot of options. I think I've told you there's about we did the math. It's just encroached just over 3 trillion possible outcomes from all the different options. And so
that's crazy.
We would love to add more kitchens. We would love to add more color options. Eventually we will, but we had to start somewhere, and 3 trillion possible outcomes I think is a good number.
That's a pretty good number, I'd say.
pretty solid number. So yeah, essentially you're picking your finishes, you're picking your flooring, a lot of stuff that coming from, the archivist world and architecture backgrounds we had, working with clients, especially creating 3D models, renderings for them. This is something we would do on a daily basis, and creating these visuals was something our company specialized in, not only in VR and 3D space, but we wanted to bring this into the metaverse. We wanted to bring this to the sandbox for all users. So any user can come into the sandbox, brand new, seasoned veteran. They can have fun. They can play this game. They can pick their styles, their features. And at the end of this, you're going to get a unique code, and you can actually go mint this. And again, it is transferred as a 1-by-1 experience. And all the NFTs come along with it. It's just about over. I'd have to remember because I think we added a couple things there at the end. So we're definitely over 30 NFTs, unique NFTs that are being transferred.
Heck yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So this is getting transferred to somebody like in the draft gallery, or how does somebody expect, like, whenever we get all the way through it, what happens then? Like, how do they receive it, I guess, is my question.
Exactly. So we will ping you and let you know, but essentially this will show up in your experience gallery, right? Your experience draft gallery. So you can transfer experiences within the sandbox. There is, especially if you're transferring NFTs associated with the experience, there's gas fees associated with that. So for us to transfer, there are gas fees associated with us to transfer to your wallet or your TSB account. And then so once you go to the minting website, you have a code, you put in the code, it will let you know if the code is valid. So if you mistype, make sure you don't mistype a letter, because it will let you know, and it won't let you mint. And we will, we're going to try, because a lot of this is still, us figuring out what we can automate and what we can't automate. So as we're going through MB1, which is Modern Bungalow 1, that's this floor plan for the first, builder launch. We're going to try our best to get everyone their experience transferred in 72 hours or less. Obviously, if volume goes up, we're going to we do have a on-off switch for the minting website funnel. So we got to turn the faucet off. So if it goes crazy, and we want to make sure everyone has a very pleasant experience, not only while playing the game, but waiting for this to come into their wallet. We don't want anyone getting backed up and saying, man, I waited, a week and a half for mine. And that's something we're contingently planning for and do not want to happen and should not happen ever.
I think that's a good plan. And I think it sounds like you guys got the stuff in place so that it won't happen like that.
You always try. You got to kind of throw out possible scenarios that can happen. And that was definitely one of them. What happens? I don't know if you saw, you can actually shut those shutters and open them. Go over and press E.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can actually open and close those shutters.
That's sweet. Yeah, I didn't know that from the first
Yeah,
one I played.
little hidden things. Some things we will have, NPCs tell you that probably will be on a message in a very coming soon update, letting
Sure.
you know, hey, by the way, if you pick this, you can open and close them. So there's a couple things. You are one of the people testing right now. This is kind of an early. I'm sorry. The first. If I was going to break this down in 3 stages, there's 9 people testing right now, and then within the next probably 48 hours, we're going to token gate this to the construction worker. And that way, a lot more people can test. I believe there's about 50 construction work owners right now. It's also a very affordable asset on the marketplace. I think we have it at around 30 sand at the moment.
Nice.
Construction worker NPC. So that'll be the final token gate if you want to come in and test. Where there's very small things, so we're very fortunate to have everyone testing and helping us out. So we found a few small things we were able to push an update. So that's always important. Is anyone, if you find something doesn't look right, something's not working for you, please report it. You can either message us on Twitter. We do have a Discord, so that's on our website. You can find it in Twitter. And yeah, that's what's going to help us the most. Is we want this to be just a super easy, fun, user-friendly experience. So if you find anything, please let us know.
From playing through once, I personally have one suggestion from a player's point of view.
Yeah.
And that is, I don't like having to go back and pick the same thing that I wanted to preview. Because honestly, sometimes I forget which one it was.
Yeah.
So especially when it's these white ones, or maybe the doors. So it would be.
So
cool
we could have a highlighter over it that says confirm this option or something.
Yeah.
Something paint blinking showing that you picked that one.
Yeah, or even my thought, and I think that's a perfect solution too. But that would probably mess with your logic maybe. But having somebody that they could go talk to that's right here to confirm it, that stands closer to it. I don't know, but maybe just highlighting it makes sense too, for sure.
Yeah, definitely on a later push. I think a person is possible.
Just spitballing.
Yeah. No, I mean it's 100% possible. I think what you just talked about would add about 300 more game mechanic functions, but
yeah.
no, it'd probably be closer to 62, but
still,
no, it's absolutely possible, and that is actually great feedback, because this UI, as we continue to grow, this is still version 1 builder UI. We're already working on much. I don't want to go too detailed, but definitely the UI is going to be a lot crazier as different versions of different floor plans come out. Cool. So this is kind of ground 1. Eventually, there's going to be palette in hand with more images of what's happening. So I could definitely see having someone communicating with you right there and saying, "Would you like to confirm this option?" And you're kind of speaking with a builder, almost like you would in real life. So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I think
that's a great idea.
Cool. Eventually, I had a feeling when I thought it the first time, I was like, that probably is gonna make it so complicated. But
no, I mean but that's things like that. Hey, we never want to say no because it's complicated. Let's figure it out.
Right.
And no, that's really cool actually. So that's something I'm sure Danny will be watching this when he awakes. He's in on Netherlands time right now. So that is a really good point, is having someone to kind of converse with, because that's how we would do it in the real life with our clients anyways. You're kind of, is this the one? Is this not the one? Are you sure?
Right. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Obviously, I think that because that's what I thought. but yeah, now that you're talking through it, I think you guys should at least something, because even if it is just the highlighting, because I ran into that a couple of times. I don't know where it was. Maybe it's just because I'm stupid. But I was like, I think it was the doors. I was like, what door was it? And then I had to look back, and I was like, oh yeah, it's this one or whatever. but yeah, this is so fun though. It feels like shopping at IKEA,
right?
But
a showroom floor.
But without having to go home and figure out how to assemble it. It's just all there. Well, I guess you will, or no. you said that you'll transfer the
Yeah, so when
it
you're
all
transferred
built.
the experience, it's already built for you. But
Okay.
since the NFTs are in your wallet, you can rebuild it. You can technically I was going to talk about this a little bit later, but this is actually a great segue into this. I was explaining to Crafter earlier is we can actually all of these are swappable shift click assets. Totally was going down a tangent in my own head. All of these assets, everything in here is modular, and anything can be replaced. But let's say you don't want to play through Builder experience. You don't want to hop into BLDR every time you want to change something and mint a whole new NFT. This will, I don't want to put an official date on it, but we'll just say coming soon. There will be an e-commerce side of everything that happens within the Builder experience and all the floor plans, where you'll be able to go back and just buy a kitchen or buy a different floor for the living room or buy different paint for the house. That way, when you rebuild it, so let's say you get everything for the one you picked, right? You could build 10 of those, but they're identical. So let's say, hey, I want to build a little neighborhood where all my friends can come in and have access code locked homes, right? And they have an NFT for Crafter, and they have a special code they get to go into their MB1 house that you've curated and made for them. And you could go into the e-commerce store and say, oh, but I want them to have a different kitchen and different paint and an NFT room. So you could just pick those certain assets and then easily shift click them into place and start building your community off this floor plan.
I like that idea. That also, like, when you and I also like the concept of being able to just like go and swap one thing out or a couple things out or whatever. I think that's super cool. And when you're talking, like, this is a cool way. I don't know how like the logistics of behind the scenes would look, but this is another thought that pops in my head that I think would be cool to do somehow, is basically like allow people to, so say I have a land, and on that land it's a social hub for people that love the podcast, and I want it just to be like a hangout area with everyone's houses. And like, I don't now this is where I don't know how you would implement this, but like, how would I like say, oh, they could just build it and then I could buy the mint with the voucher, right? They would get the voucher code and then they could give me the voucher code and I could buy it and it would send it to my wallet.
That's correct.
Saying, like, if like that was how I wanted to pay for it, kind of thing.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's say that's a great scenario. So let's say you want to start Crafter's Neighborhood, Crafter's Hangout, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would tell whoever like that wanted to be or paid. Maybe here's what it is. Someone has an exclusive Crafter NFT that they purchased from you to be a part of the neighborhood, right? It's a key. And then they can go into MB1, pick everything out, get the code, send it to you, you mint, and then boom, you can take that quickly, build it on your Crafter neighborhood land, even though you're getting it transferred as a 1x1, right? You're still going to have all the NFTs. So you just go and pick out everything they picked,
right?
And throw it in, and you're good to go. And you can start building everyone's house. And then that's what I was even saying, like, right, you could key code the house so everyone has their code access, or you can say, hey, we're partying at Tom's house tonight.
Exactly, dude.
Definitely.
I like that idea, and funny you say key, because I do have keys.
Hey, that's so.
So maybe that will be something that you guys can do with your keys in the near future. That's dope. I really like that idea.
And that's something we've been taking into account, like companies and brands that were especially years and months ago, promising a lot on the Sandbox and Decentraland. Remember, that was kind of like an NFT thing, like I'm gonna build my experience on the Sandbox or Decentraland or Crypto Voxels, wherever it was. And people were investing in these NFTs and these ideas. And I've seen companies, kind of fall back or draw off or things happen. But I wanted to create, we, OUTR Studios, wanted to create something that any company just starting out could definitely promise this and deliver it within 30 days. within 60 days. I mean, 30 days, 100%, 60 days if you're going like over the top and you want to customize stuff, but you could enter this space and build your own community neighborhood very efficiently and quickly.
Seriously, like that's super cool. And and like you're saying, it would allow for people to actually like quickly deliver on something instead of having to kind of wait and wait and wait. And I get it. That's not what everyone wants. This has to go.
And there's nothing wrong with waiting, because waiting takes time. This took a lot of time.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like I'm always like, we're almost there. We'll see it soon. But really, we are. I mean, assuming everything is going as well as it is with testing right now, I'm knocking on wood over here. Everything's going well. This should be open next week for the public. You will be able to mint your experience next week.
Hell yeah. That's faster than I
here.
thought.
We're here. We're on the precipice. No, it's so this is kind of like this is like our, I would say the testing that's happening right now is definitely not the first testing that's happened. So,
sure.
But this is kind of like open to the public, and then there's going to be the open face to the public, which is going to be happening again soon, and then hopefully by next week it's open for everyone to get in there and mint their experience.
Dude, that's legit. I didn't realize it was going to come that fast. So
yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm trying to decide. Okay, here's a question. Because I feel like I haven't gotten past this level. I knew I didn't get very far. So does this also populate other rooms in the house, or is it just this one room?
Just your rec room. What you're picking right now, everything in this section right now is only for the rec room, which is if you walk straight through the front door all the way to the back. That's the rec room.
Okay, that's what I found.
And then first door on the right is your bedroom. This is the bathroom. The first door on the right there is their bedroom.
Is the bedroom. Okay.
Yep.
So sweet. Okay, so in a week, fingers crossed, this could be live for everyone. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I will tell you, we are going to be running quite a few things for this being live, and I think you should. I mean, there's going to be, let's just say, somebody might have a new land. At some point, let's just say there's going to be a very, very good incentive for all Builder Pass holders. And let's say there's going to be a great incentive for all people who buy within the first week. That is something we want to open this up. Go first week. So we're going to have a lot of announcements, but there's a lot of stuff. We want to make sure everyone is in here and having a great time and utilizing it. And we want everyone's feedback. So just stay tuned for a lot of cool beans.
that is good to hear. And good timing. I noticed, I don't know if we got rated or something, but either way, because I don't get these Twitch notifications on StreamYard. So or you guys just all showed up, but that was good timing because you just heard the beans. And, so for those of you that just tuned in, we are talking about Builder from OUTR Studios. I don't know when you guys tuned in, to be honest. You might have caught more than I'm realizing. But thanks for being here, and make sure you stay tuned in till the end. I'm going to drop a form for you guys to fill out to earn some XP for listening to earning, the new program that I'm rolling out. So it's awesome. Been fun. It's been fun so far. But yeah, so right now I'm working on my house, and what am I far from being done? Because I want to.
No, well, so.
I could speed through it, I guess.
And technically, if you don't want to check it out, you can just say, I'll go with this, and then you'll be done without ever having to go check every piece. But I highly recommend, once you're first in the game, to definitely check out as much as you want. I mean, you really have to see everything to like really understand how it's going to look and style. So I highly recommend checking out, different stuff, but maybe for, showing stream and functionality was kind of, because you can go back, but as you said, it can be a little time consuming to go check and come back. I think if you're checking through all the options, it'll take you a while to play the game, which is great. I mean, we did we didn't want you to have to jump in and jump out. It's a little unfulfilling. You're just bam, 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 and then go mint, right? So
Right.
we do want the gameplay experience itself, the gamified building experience to be fun and interactive, and we definitely wanted a back button. So that's why the go check it out first is there before you finalize your decision. But I really like the idea you were saying earlier with a little bit more UI of maybe interacting with construction worker NPC, saying finalized decision, things like that, which can definitely we can roll out an update on maybe version 2.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, ooh, what did I just run into?
Oh yeah. We have some hidden things actually going on in the land. Please ignore the man behind the curtain. Don't worry about it. That'll all these walls will be open when it's officially open to the public. Don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we stumbled upon some fun stuff. But dude, like I said, I think I'm sure I've said it at least once on the show, but I'll just keep saying it. You guys are delivering some really cool stuff for the Sandbox community, the Sam fam.
We really appreciate that.
Yeah, keep it up. I don't know what I'm picking, but I'm just gonna pick it because I want to get to the end and just show you guys kind of the whole playthrough, and then this would be probably I'll be able to do like a quick time lapse, but probably not. You guys have probably already done that.
Oh, we do have some, but hey, more send it, please do.
Send it. I'll do something. But so fingers crossed this is live next week and people can mint and mess around. Do you guys plan, I know you said that you plan on doing more options and stuff down the road. Is there like
absolutely? So we're trying to look at it. Oh, sorry, please go ahead. Sorry, I thought sorry it broke up, so I thought you stopped, but then you came back. Please.
Oh no, I was just saying. What did I ask? I was basically what I'm asking is, what can we expect in the future, and what can you spill the beans about for the future? Because I know there's going to be different model styles and stuff.
Absolutely. So ideally, we're looking at definitely quarterly. And we're looking at, I in a perfect world, every 60 to 90 days, there's going to be a new floor plan dropped. So now, sorry, 1 second, guys.
All good.
Somebody banging on my door. No, so ideally 100% for sure, there's already multiple floor plans in the works. I wish I could show them to you. They're amazing. They're just as cool as this. They're just as cool. So we're really going into our old architecture backgrounds and really cool, bringing out some cool stuff of just things that inspired us when we were creating them. But I can tell you, we spoke about this. This is something that has been on the table from day one when we started Builder and creating this gamified experience was, wow, we definitely have to go into different themes, right? So we definitely are going to be doing this for our underground theme. We're definitely going to be doing it for our sci-fi theme. We're talking probably in the future, maybe even like castles, maybe Western theme, Viking, and then there will probably be multiple floor plans that come out with different themes. So this is kind of, our real like architecture theme background, like modern architecture that we're using for the official launch of Builder. But no, this is going to be something that we're going to continue building on as a company. As long as we're going, there's going to be a new floor plan coming to Builder. It's going to, change even the 1x1 experience that's transferred. New things will pop up, go away. Collaborations, right? So we can work with, like, Crafter can have something that's featured in the 1x1 experience that's transferred to people. Maybe, just throwing things out there. Maybe Chef Ramsay's kitchen is an item that you can pick for your modular home. So we definitely want to collaborate with others. As you know, we have the Collaborator Hub. You are featured in there inside our social hub.
Yeah. So
collaboration's huge for us. So if you're watching this and you want to design an asset for this, please hit us up, because there's going to be floor plans in the future. It just doesn't make sense to create everything ourselves, and we don't want it that way. Like, I would love like different creators to be featured in the e-commerce store. When someone buys a floor plan, they're like, you know what, I really wanted that kitchen from Crafter, or I wanted Crafter's bedroom. So I'm going to go back to the e-commerce store, buy it. And then we're going to work out some sort of system where everyone is kind of benefiting from sales like that too. So not only you just collaborate for awareness, you're getting some sort of percentage off the sale for your kitchen item. and just kind of create that ecosystem that's for just Builder itself. So this is going to continue growing. The e-commerce store is being built, but that's, I'll just say coming soon because I don't have a date on that. Our most important objective is to get MB1, which is Modern Bungalow 1, out into the world and get everyone, playing, having fun, and get through kind of these initial phases of testing this grand idea that is now coming to fruition after so much time, but we're finally here.
Hell yeah. And dude, I love that idea of having like a crafter line, and
absolutely.
I see Vox Machina in the chat, like a Vox line, and
for sure.
Who else is in? I mean, everyone that's in the chat probably.
Yeah,
and
well, I'm just thinking like different creators have different things they love too. Like certain creators love making, sci-fi themed assets. Certain creators love making realism world themed assets. So when different versions of Builder come out, when they're theme based, that could be like, oh, I want to hop in there and make sure I have a line for that theme. And that's just, it's just something we always thought about. Like I would love to be able to be like, oh yeah, this house. Well, I've got crafter's room. I've got Vox Machina's kitchen. I've got Fred and Ferd's a back room, an NFT room he made. So I mean, there's just so many options and possibility in that realm, and we don't want to exclude anything. And that's on the plan. That's part of how we're building this out. And eventually we will even have like templates that people can use to make the assets to get in and make their line even better.
Dude, I love to hear that. This is shaping up to be. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
So the more we get into it, so I'm glad we're chatting about it, because people need to know about it. Because I've always been bullish on you guys. I think you guys are doing super dope stuff. So hopefully everyone tuning in kind of sees the same vision, because you guys are creating very, very cool stuff, and it's making it very easy for everyday users like myself to come in and easily like drag and drop and build really dope stuff, and not have to spend, like, I don't even want to ask how long it took to build all these different assets.
Well, because some of them have been designed even for our modular items and things for Social Hub, but they've been I'm really, you're looking at the culmination of about 1.5 years, 2 years work. Just from Outer. It's basically the beginning of Outer and what we've turned into as a company, from our modular kits into like, how do we really take these modular kits and items and make it for everyone? And our whole goal is to just simplify the process, make it fun so that everyone can use it. And we always thought we were doing it the kits, and that's where I said our tagline was always, we build for builders. And I feel like this kind of pivots a little bit, because this is Builder for everyone, right? Anyone can be a builder, and that's why we called it, BLDR. Is we went over so many names. I mean, we had to. I don't even know. I've got a whole spreadsheet of ridiculous stuff, and somehow we always end up on a 4-letter made up word, like Outer. So we just went with BLDR and called it Builder. And this is, anyone from a beginner just entering. You could enter the sandbox day one, play this game, have an account, go mint this, experience transferred, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to build anything. The experience transfer ready to go. So that's for that. If you're a seasoned vet, if anyone like that who just wants to get in here, start building something quickly, efficiently for a community, for yourself, anything like that, you can go in here and then you can totally dematerialize it, right? You can start taking things apart, build multiples of these, change out different colors and walls once the e-commerce platform's live, or if you just mint multiple times on the Builder itself, you can actually build multiple homes and experiences. So we want to trying to encompass everyone a little bit here.
How? Well, I didn't know I could do that. I figured that out, actually. How? So every single, yeah, that would make sense now that I'm talking it through. But I'll ask it anyways. Every single item like in this living room that we're looking at right now is going to be a separate NFT?
No,
okay.
That's incorrect. So the living room you picked comes as a modular kit. It's the TV, the flower, the bench, the couches, the light, and the things on the wall. all come as one piece that shift
So it's
clicks
like-
into there. Yeah.
Okay, so like you just slide the
Yeah. Here,
like
let me
this-
show you
the whole. Okay, that makes sense.
we have a YouTube video. If you go to OUTR Studios YouTube, you want me to show you the link?
Yeah, drop it in the private chat or the chat. I mean, you might not have access to the chat though.
I have it. 1 second. We actually have a video that kind of shows taking it apart and how easy it will be for everyone.
Dope. So that makes more sense because that would be a lot of NFTs to have to send to people.
Yeah, no, and eventually maybe we will get down to that point where it's truly like, you know, Sims-esque, where you're changing it down to the UI is letting you change down to the flower, and that's something we've already talked about as well. It's just, you know, a little bit more detail on our part, and the mechanics itself and making sure every asset works. This was a way to get it. Again, we really want to make this user friendly. So even if you're a first time user, you should be able to build your house in 2.5 minutes. You should be able to, you know, first time user. If you're a seasoned user, you should be able to do this in less than a minute, about a minute, right? So here's an example of just changing an asset. I'll just send you that link so you can kind of see. And then I do have a video of actually building the entire but I believe that's on Twitter. Let me double check real quick.
All right, I found this one. You keep looking for that one, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, that one shows you how easy it is to change out an asset. So let's say you buy a new kitchen, a new floor, a new paint wall, right?
Wait, I'm good. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I like the tennis court. Maybe I should pick that next time.
Yeah, I think the basketball court is my favorite.
Is the basketball? I didn't even look at those.
Oh yeah, you should definitely. What'd you pick? The pool?
The pool.
Yeah, okay. I love the pool too.
I mean, I love the pool.
I like them all.
Yeah.
All right. So then the one I just sent you is actually a Twitter post, and you'll see. I don't know why. I think I have the video on private for whatever reason on YouTube. I must not have hit public on it. So that will showcase how quickly you should be able to build a house. So literally you drop a block, right? So that you have it for visual placement, align the corner to it, and now you're just shift clicking everything to that block. And so it's just picking every asset. So you can see the kitchen pops up, the floor, the walls. Now you see the paint, and then so again, you're transferred everything, so you don't have to do any of this. Everything you picked comes to you ready, done on a 1-by-1 experience. But if you wanted to open a new experience, you have all these items, and you can keep building a community. The house is differently, however you want.
That's sweet. It would be cool. I know that
the last part's the door. That's the hardest part of this whole thing. Placing the door.
Is getting the door in the right spot. That's funny. I guess because it's not like on.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be placed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's funny. Too bad you can't. At least I don't think you can. Maybe smarter people that know GameMaker know better than me. But you can't like have this open, drag and like select everything, copy it, and then go paste it into another experience.
No, you have to be in the same experience.
It would have to be in the same one. Yeah.
At least on the current, functionality of the GameMaker.
Yeah, maybe someday. I don't know if that's like that important of a
like copying from one CSV file to another.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how hard that is, but but it would be handy for these things because then it would come built and you could just. I mean, obviously you just showed it took less than a minute to put it together, so it's not really that big of a deal, but
it's not too bad. You could probably build I mean, realistically, if you were taking your time, you could probably build about 30 of these, 35 in an hour.
Sure. So yeah,
so you have a whole community in about an hour of your time.
Right. So it's not that important to have that capability. That just popped in my head. I was like, oh, you could just highlight it, but then you can't take it out of that one experience. Whatever. But once you get it built, then you could, if you are rearranging, then you can just highlight and cover and move everything at the same time.
Absolutely.
Sweet. All right. Well, we don't have anyone over on Spaces, which is fine because I think I fucked up the Spaces, and then when I put another one up there,
copy that. Should I leave
people
the
probably
space?
didn't get their notifications. But I was gonna say, if anyone has any questions, I was gonna say you can come up on stage on the space. But
oh, there you go. No, I'm there. Yeah.
But otherwise, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat, obviously. And otherwise, I think we'll just start wrapping it up unless you have anything else that you really wanted to chat about. Otherwise, I'll just give you the floor to kind of just plug everything one last time, let everyone know where they can find everything and that they can look forward to it in a week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, and all
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We're running the final testing. So yeah, thanks everyone. Thank you, Crafter, as always for having us. This is always a blast. I know we run down some rabbit holes always, but
always.
It's fun.
That's part of the show.
Right? I love it. I love it. So yeah. Builder will be open. Hopefully everything's going great. So initial testing is open. We are going to be opening the token gate to more people. If you own a construction worker, we're going to announce maybe some other NFTs if you own that you will be able to get in. But right now we're definitely going to go with the construction worker. There's about 50 owners. So that will open up the final token gate for like the last bit of testing. And then, so once you're seeing that, you can pretty much think about 72 hours after that, we're going to be open to the public. Again, fingers crossed. Everything has been running great. Everything's going great. Only noticed a couple things. So just gonna keep on making our little updates and hopefully everything is live. And official pricing will be announced, but I believe everyone's going to be extremely happy. And it's going to be, we're just hoping everyone is excited as we are to get in here, play the game. First and foremost, just have fun playing. You do not have to mint. We would love if you mint. It keeps us keep going, right? As a company,
right.
If you mint, we get to build more and more of these without having to worry and build them bigger and badder and more assets and options. But if you just want to go in and play the game and have fun and keep your code, that's what's important. Is I want to tell people, if you like something, take a picture, take a screenshot, keep your code that you get at the end on the large screen on the video wall. And, write it down somewhere, take a screenshot, save it. So when you want to go back, and again, even if you don't own a piece of land, yes, this is great. It's transferred as a 1x1 experience. You can put it live. But if you don't own a piece of land, as I was saying earlier, it's a great way to build right now, customize that experience so that when you are ready to buy a piece of land, you already have something to publish it to right away. And you've kind of gone through, made all your customizations. There's going to be a lot of updates, more floor plans, more themes. We're not stopping. we're already going into other stuff. So lots of announcements coming in the coming weeks after this is launched. But we just want to get this launched and make sure everyone's happy. The minting website is, solid, perfect. We've been running every test you can, and that's ready to go. So we are just literally on the final little bit here. One more thing. I know I'm talking so much. One more thing. Our social hub, the Meta Realtor Social Hub. If you've not visited, we have a couple things going on in there, and we will be announcing more. There's actually going to be a fun little thing happening in there. We've hidden a seed phrase to a wallet, and we will be announcing when that update comes, when it's actually published, where the seed phrase is hidden. When the seed phrase is all hidden inside the hub, we'll let everyone know when the update comes, and you can go find it. And that's going to be a nice juicy wallet with lots of stuff in it. So
oh fuck yeah. I love that. That's always been something that I say needs to happen often, is these treasure hunts for a seed phrase.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna load it up with a ton of outer goodies. Anyone who wants goodies in there, I was already gonna reach out to a few other creators and see if they wanted to throw anything in there for some fun. And yeah, no, so that's going to be fun. But right now my main focus is builder, so I don't want to pivot too much.
yeah. But hell yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, you guys are doing awesome things, and everyone that's tuning in should definitely be paying attention and playing and checking out all the things that they're doing. I have a studio that they hooked me up with inside of their social hub, and we'll be hosting some shows from there as well. Now I have one in the Fungi Family Social Hub and the Meta Realtor social hub. That's what we call it, right? Meta Realtor social hub.
Yeah. And I think, we apologize for any confusion. Originally, when we started the project, even before OUTR Studios, the whole basis was Todd, the Meta Realtor. So who you meet in Builder, the gentleman with the shirt who talks to you, that's Todd. And he introduces himself. He is the Meta Realtor. And so there's more stuff that has always been the original concept that will be coming to fruition with Todd and everything he does to help with, land sales and building things and all sorts of fun stuff. So that is why the Outer Hub is technically the Meta Realtor Social Hub.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. By the way, everyone that's tuning in, and actually I should ask you this first. I didn't ask you before, but you already kind of said that you would give something away on the last show that I asked you about. So I'm assuming you're going to be cool with it. Do you want to do a giveaway for something for everyone that showed up today?
Absolutely.
Sorry to push you on the spot.
No.
It would be kind of hard to say no to that, but I knew you had already said it. So
yeah, no worries. How do you pick?
So the form that I dropped a link to the form that you guys need to fill out for the spotlight attendance. It's there. I can drop it again for you guys. The secret word is builder, and then I'll take all the names off of there and put it in a randomized wheel of names thingy, and that is how we'll figure it out.
Perfect. I will let you know, anyone here who wins, if you already have a construction worker, please send the new construction worker I will send you to a friend, because that will be the final token gate of builder.
Perfect. And Fred
awesome, Fred.
He made his first build. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
It is super fun and easy. Okay, so make sure you fill that form out. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes because I just said that. And then I'll get the wheel of names going here. But definitely, if you didn't catch all of what Gus just said, you're gonna want to catch the replay, because you just dropped a lot of juicy stuff right there at the end.
A lot of stuff. Sometimes it's just so hard to put it all in one tweet. So I wait till I'm on here.
Hey, I love it. That's what I want. Wait till you're on here. We'll spill the beans on whatever shows I'm doing. I love it. I'm getting Will names up. And I also got to pull up you guys' answers.
Anybody have any questions? I can't see on that
side. Oh, you don't see it?
I just didn't have Twitch open because I didn't want to bleed sound, but I can't over here.
No, I haven't seen any questions come by. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Like, there's not really that much to ask about. It's pretty straightforward.
Let me in. Let me in.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had a few DMs. So when am I getting it? Soon, very soon.
Soon. But as you can see, very soon, because we're already in there and playing it.
We're right here.
It's working super good. So, all right, I got names, or I got to get the names ready here. 1 sec. Make sure you guys filled that out. Make sure I'm on the correct one. Hell yeah, I got a bunch of y'all. Copy and paste, and you guys aren't even seeing this. That's all right. Let me and holler at me in the chat if you are still scrambling to fill it out, and I will wait one last second. But we got 6 of y'all in here, so 1 in 6 chance of getting a construction worker, so you can get your hands on this before everyone else. You still aren't seeing it because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Boom. Let's do this one, actually. Give you guys just the best view ever. All right.
USAA. Sorry. Sorry. Can't help it.
Ooh, J-Dog.
J-Dog. I don't think J-Dog, do you own a construction worker? I don't think J-Dog does it with construction worker. So that's
a bonus. Well, GG J-Dog. I feel like J-Dog, have you won something recently? Or am I just attracted to your name? I like for some reason J-Dog, just I see it and I'm like, recognize it for sure. And he says no. Hell yeah. So well, now you got one and you can check this out.
And you'll have early access to Builder, and we'll announce it as soon as the token gate changes to the construction worker.
Booyah. Oh, he said he won a shield. Yeah, nice. Well, now you got a construction worker too. You got all the luck. Everyone needs to rub your head or something.
Right.
All right. Hell yeah, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you pop by the Discord if you haven't already. Links are in my bio. I can drop it here for you guys. I think you guys are already in there, but so that you can get those points accumulating, you got to be in the Discord to be accumulating, because eventually it's going to be a Discord bot that is doing that. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and thank you, Gus, for being here. It's been a blast per usual, and we got to see and hear all kinds of super dope stuff that you guys have been working super hard on for the last couple of years. It's cool to see it all start. I mean, you were already having stuff come to fruition, but it just keeps coming more and more to fruition. So
thanks, brother.
Hell yeah, I'm excited for you guys.
Really appreciate that, man. Always blast being on here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. A lot more to drop. It's coming. It's right here. We're setting on the ledge.
Heck yeah. Perfect.
Right, guys.
Peace, y'all.